Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what we're doing today?
Well, we got to the 15th episode.
We did.
And that was a nice little roundish, not round number, but like...
A multiple of five.
Multiple of five.
Which love multiples of five.
You love multiples of five.
I love multiples of five.
I like sixth.
I can't say that. That's mean.
I know.
For that.
So that means that we decided it's time to do a Q&A.
It's time to do a Q&A, but not on Saturday.
No, still not on Saturday. No.
We do it whenever we want.
That's right.
Yeah.
In fact, I think this one's going to release on Monday, even though we're doing this on a Saturday night, but just to get back on track with our regular episodes. And we've kind of fallen behind a bit with where we are because
where we want to be.
Yeah. So we're trying to get back on schedule here. And I'm just going to put it out to where it would have come out, sort of.
Kind of. Yeah.
In a roundabout way.
Yeah. And Patreon members always get it first.
That's right. So they'll get it Saturday night, whereas if you're listening to this anywhere else, you're getting this, Monday morning or later.
Right?
Yeah. So you should be $2 a month. Member. That's $24 a year. You can even pay a yearly subscription and save a little bit beyond that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, we have yearly subscriptions.
And we don't do ads anymore.
No, because fuck Trump and any company that gives money to Trump.
Yeah.
That's why.
And we would not be in control of that. And so there could be like a total anti-abortion ad or some bullshittery that we don't approve of.
No, I think I actually have heard bad ads on our podcast before when I was running them. And I'm like, that's what partly what prompted me to be like, nope.
Absolutely fucking not. Yeah. We'd rather just take your money than their money.
Yeah. Yeah, support us with, actual fan dollars.
Yeah, fan dollars that they mean a lot. They
really do. Even emails and notes to us mean a lot. We got a note today. It was really cool.
It was so awesome.
Yeah. And I don't normally call out people that we get. We do get more than like our fair share of notes from people, but this one kind of just... It was nice. So, Chris, thank you for the note that we got.
We so appreciate hearing from you.
And per their instruction, I wouldn't recommend drinking milk while listening to our podcast.
Right.
Yeah.
Because apparently you might laugh too hard and it'll go out your nose.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
We don't want that to happen to you.
No, definitely not.
I don't like milk anyway, so I don't know why Chris was drinking that, but, to each their own. Whatever.
All right. Well, I think we're doing that Q&A today, right?
Q&A.
And it's going to be over...
First Mac and Cheeses, chapters 11 through 15.
All right. Let's do this.
Okie dokie. All right. We are going to hop into this Q&A over chapters 11 through 15 of First Maccadoodles.
All right. Let's do it.
Fuck yeah.
There's the energy.
Right? Well, we had a really hard time. I mean, we were going to go on reading the next chapter, chapter 16.
Yeah.
And then I was like, hang on. We're on a multiple of 5.
Yeah.
And we're lost as 5.
How can you not stop and do a Q&A at a multiple of 5?
And being lost as 5.
Well, that too.
That was the important part.
Right. Yeah.
So,
but also multiples of 5.
Just as a reminder of what we were having a hard time with.
Yeah.
First of all, the fucking pronouns. Okay.
That's been an ongoing issue.
That's been an ongoing
throughout
issue.
Maccabees, yes.
And what's really funny is that he, quote unquote, he,
yeah,
often means the king we just talked about like 3 paragraphs ago.
Right.
And then what's really funny is that if 2 kings are, active in this scene,
yes,
then like, oh wells.
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
He talked to him and said blah, 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 to which he replied blah, 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 but then he shot him.
Yeah.
What? Who shot whom?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. So that was our biggest issue.
Who's on first?
Who is on first?
Yeah.
That's been our biggest issue with the entire book, not just these chapters.
Right.
The entire fucking book.
No, it's been terrible.
Okay. Our second issue is that everyone has the same goddamn name.
They do.
They do.
That is some bullshit.
It is bullshit. And I'm going to get to that in just a minute. But here's the thing. Antiochus, this is going to make you feel so much better.
Which fucking Antiochus? Antiochus the 97th?
Listen.
Yeah.
The name Antiochus is basically the Seleucid version of Mike. Everybody was named Antiochus. So we're not crazy. Like, yeah, everybody was up in here naming their kids Antiochus.
Okay, but, it's still... Okay, look, you pointed this out before. If you're writing the book, right, you don't name them all the same, right? Yeah. You don't name them all the same thing. And especially within the same generation, essentially, like, you need to distinguish somehow between this Mike and that other Mike.
But they knew what they were talking about. Kind of like... if we're talking about mics, we're like Big Mike, Little Mike, Red Mike, like whatever, Mike that always wears the hat.
Everybody wants to be like Mike.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
hey, Mikey, he likes it.
The audience that this was written for at the time, they knew which Mike. They knew which Antiochus. They didn't need to specify as much.
Okay. So, but it is this book is canon in many Bibles that are out there.
But they weren't writing it for the ages.
I understand they weren't writing it for the ages, right? But they also were supposedly influenced by God at some level. Right? So this is where I call bullshit on the whole God thing.
Yeah.
With regard to the Bible itself. Because some people are like, the Bible is the word of God. And I'm like, no, this is the word of someone who can't write from the fucking ancient times. So that's not the word of God, I promise.
If this is God's best effort, he needed a better editor.
Him fucked up.
They fucked up.
Yeah.
That is true. So if Antiochus is the Seleucid version of Mike, Demetrius was the Seleucid version of Bob.
Oh, fucking Bob.
Mike and Bob. This whole fucking book, First Maccabees, is nothing but Mike and Bob.
Fuck.
Okay? And here's the thing. Fathers, sons, rivals, and imposters in this book, and during that time period, not just this book, but that time period, they all reuse the same names. Even naming your child... especially if you're in a royal or religious line of stature, naming your kids after enemies, is like, or former enemies, is like a flex.
Oh,
yeah, like
so when Demetrius' son was named Antiochus, it was like a Hellenistic flex. Like, I killed you, so I'm taking your name too.
Yeah, okay. It's showing ownership over this line that you beat. So I kind of like it, if I'm being real. Like, it makes it's still difficult to read. I still won't be able to keep these straight. I still hate it. But like, for the passive aggressive, like, oh, that's kind of cool, if I'm being real.
It's too bad. It should have, sounds like a morning show. Mike and Bob.
Mike and Bob.
Bob and Tom.
Bob and Tom,
right?
When I first moved here to Ohio, Bob and Tom was like a really big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I got here, It was a big, do you drink Dickon cider? I love Dickon cider. Is the name of the cider was Dickon, and so they were like Dickon cider.
It's where I actually first heard the song that was written about the touchdown Jesus, the footlong Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
But touchdown Jesus is what it was known as. So somebody wrote a song and they went on Bob and Tom and sung it on there, and then it became kind of a thing. There's like a video and everything about touchdown. Like if you look up touchdown Jesus song, you'll find it. And touchdown Jesus, just so everybody knows, is local to us.
Yeah.
So and touchdown Jesus got hit by lightning at one point. So and that's on video, which is fun.
It's like one of those giant mega churches.
Yes.
And so that made it really
one of those
funny.
giant mega churches that stayed open during COVID.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Don't worry about Jesus. He's okay. They
built a
spent
new one.
thousands of dollars. Millions of dollars to repair him and build a new
And before you ask, no, the money could not have been spent better on poor people or homeless people or anything like that.
No. We love our idols, guys.
Had to build a styrofoam Jesus with a lightning rod.
We absolutely love our giant idols that you can see from I-75 as it towers over you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's now footlong Jesus instead of touchdown Jesus.
Exactly. So. Yeah. $5 foot long. Because it looks like that's what he's holding. Because he's got his hands. He's like the commercial.
Yeah.
$5 foot.
It's also most people's available spending money for any given pay period.
Yeah.
In this day and age.
That's true. Actually, one of the names he's also known by is Big Butter Jesus.
Big Butter Jesus. Yeah, that's what the song actually is called, I think. It's Big Butter Jesus. But if you can find it by looking up Touchdown Jesus or whatever.
Yeah.
But whatever. There's a song out there about the fucking the Jesus thing that got hit by lightning, and it was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. It was just one of those where you barely hide your smile behind your hand as you snicker because it's like, how appropriate. Sometimes karma is a friend.
Yeah.
All right, here is the third reason. So we had the pronoun issue, we had the name issue, but here's really what matters. And this gets to what I was saying about how this was not written for the ages.
Yeah.
The author or authors cared more about Judean legitimacy.
Sure.
Not clarity.
Right.
So the events in the book were framed to make the Hasmoneans look righteous, which we already know, like, they're the good guys, clearly, even when they're out there being murderous fucks.
Right.
They're the good guys.
That's why they gloss over a lot of their victories, I think. They don't they don't account for all the murder and mayhem that they're doing because they don't want to look terrible, right?
What? We just win.
We just beat them.
We just we
it's
won
that battle.
It's fine. This is fine. Yeah. The Roman mentions, which I forgot that we knew this during the last Q&A, but we asked about Rome again. Like, why do they keep talking about Rome when Rome never seems to step up?
Right.
A reminder, the Roman mentions are for propaganda purposes, not narrative action.
Okay.
They're just like, so we know these guys, the Romans.
Yeah.
They recognize us. How about that?
I do want to do an aside here and mention that I was at a Goodwill recently and I found a book on Rome.
Yeah.
And I bought it because of things in it, and it was amazing.
Yeah, like the first 2 pages was just like this giant timeline of Roman history.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And then the next couple pages was this giant map of Europe.
And for anybody that's listened to us for a long time, you know that wife needs a map and a timeline. So I was like, I'm buying this. I have to buy this.
Like, you didn't even flip through the rest of the book. You were like, well.
I was like, we're talking about Rome. It's got a timeline and a map. I'm like, I'm buying this. This is bought already.
My wife needs this $3 Rome book from Goodwill. Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah,
it doesn't even matter what else is in it. Those 2 pages alone were enough to suffice.
What can I say? I'm a cheap date.
Right.
All right. So those 3 points are why we needed this Q&A and why we will need it again 5 chapters from now.
Obviously.
So next thing I want to do is talk about this big cast that we have of all these characters.
That keeps fucking expanding.
It does. So I put together a little cheat sheet.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to go over these.
Sure.
Okay. These are all the Seleucid kings, which are the source of all the fucking chaos. Okay? Somehow I did not realize this.
Yeah.
That it was all the fucking Greeks.
Okay.
It's all the fucking Jews and the Greeks.
Yeah.
The end.
Right.
That's basically what this whole book is. Okay?
Yeah. The Jews and the Greeks.
Yeah. That's
right.
it.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So here's all these kings. Okay? We've got Demetrius I. His name was Soter. He was the king earlier from chapters 7 through 9.
Okay.
He's the enemy of Jonathan. Yeah. And he did die. Like, we're not crazy. Demetrius I.
died.
He died.
Okay.
He was killed in Egypt in chapter 10.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
He's not the Demetrius who keeps popping up later. Okay. So then we've got Demetrius II, Nicator.
Okay.
Which, Skeletor, Nicator, right? Like, I remember now that, yeah, we did have that name. Okay, he's the son of Demetrius I.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
He became king in chapter 11, which I'm like, oh, yeah, he did.
Right.
This is the Demetrius that we're talking about currently. Okay? He's the one that we're talking about.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
He names his son Antiochus because, of course, he does. Okay?
Yeah. That's just not fair to us at all.
At all.
No.
At all. Okay, so those are those guys.
Right.
Now let's talk about the Antiochus.
Antiochus.
Yeah. Okay. Antiochus VI. Wait. Yeah. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anybody.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Antiochus VI. He's the child king, son of Alexander, who was another Seleucid rival.
Okay.
He's some guy over there.
Sure.
Okay. He's used as a puppet by many generals. He's not the same Antiochus as Antiochus IV Epiphanes.
Right. And that was the bad one, I think, right?
Yeah,
like
he was the OG villain.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
He was the worst of the worst.
Okay.
He was cruel.
So, like, that really confused me because, like, there was all this talk about how bad Antiochus was to the Maccabees, right? And, like, we'd come across this at multiple points in the past during Q&As and different things that we've gone over. And in the readings that we've done, there's 15,000 fucking Antiochi in this book.
No, it's true.
And like the Epiphanies kind of got lost in the shuffle of all the rest of the Antiochuses.
It's true. Just remember, number 4 is always the worst one. Epiphanies.
4. Okay.
Antiochus IV Epiphanes.
Yeah.
Okay. He's the worst. He's the baddest of the bad.
Sure.
Okay. So that was the 4th was the bad guy. The 6th is a child king. He's just somebody else. Okay. Unrelated.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we've got Antiochus VII, Sidaites.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the brother of Demetrius II.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I feel like we knew that at one point.
There's a lot of intermingling here of Antiochi and family and...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure.
So, he's the guy who became king in chapter 15.
Fucking Mike.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he tries to reassert control over Judea.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, the Demetrius that we are talking about currently is Demetrius II, who is the son of the Demetrius who died earlier.
Right. And the brother of the Antiochus VII.
Correct.
Who
is king now.
Who is king. Okay.
In this chapter that we just finished.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm still confused, but I think I have a little, like, now it's on me.
I guess. It's there. I think the problem is that they just keep introducing names.
Yeah.
Like, literally every chapter we read, they're like, oh, and then there was this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy.
They're like Bob and Mike were arguing and they were walking along and they threw fingers at each other and punches and stuff. And Fred came up and started blah, blah. And we're like, whoa. Who the fuck is Fred? Where did Fred come from?
Not important. Fred's going to die right now. And then Fred's going to have a son that's also named Mike.
Fred the second Mike.
Yeah. And then Mike is going to kill Mike. And then Mike's going to die. But then Mike will have a son that's going to have Mike's son. And then another Mike will pop up with Bob. Of course, Bob's there because Bob's always there.
And don't forget which Bob we're talking about.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah. Obviously Bob.
Anyways.
Bob the Bob.
Bob the bang. Or Bob Baran. Yeah, whichever one you want to do.
Right.
Okay, so now we have why we're confused and who all the peoples are.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So now, what the fuck happened in all these chapters?
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Chapter 11.
Wait, hold on. Mike killed Bob. Bob killed Mike. Mike killed Bob.
Pretty much.
Okay.
I think we got it.
Okay. All right.
Okay. In chapter 11, Jonathan plays kingmaker.
Yeah.
Okay. So Jonathan was still alive back then.
Yeah.
Oh, those sweet 5 chapters ago in chapter 11. Demetrius II became king and Jonathan backed him up.
Yeah.
He gets political rewards. Yay, Jonathan.
Right.
Okay. Demetrius breaks all his promises, remember?
Yeah.
He's a fucker.
Right.
Yeah. And then Judea gets completely screwed.
Right.
Which, that tracks. They're always getting screwed.
Yeah.
They're always screwing themselves, though, too.
Seems that way.
It's fine.
Right?
It's fine.
Yeah.
This is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then a rival king, Antiochus VI, appears.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I said that wrong. That's okay. And then Jonathan switches sides because...
Fucking Jonathan. Yeah.
Well, no. Fucking Demetrius II.
Well, whatever.
Screwed him. So... Fuck Demetrius.
Yeah.
I'm going with this new Antiochus guy.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, chapter 11's theme was whoever gives Judea the most autonomy, they're the ones that Jonathan supports.
And that was when we talked about the purple robe and the crown and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Jonathan was like, I choose you. And then they screwed him and he was like, just kidding. I choose them.
Right.
Him, her, they, over there, whatever.
Also Rome, hi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to get there. Okay, chapter 12.
Yeah.
Okay, Rome and Sparta, we get letters to and froing.
And keep in mind, because we learned this from a patron, but Sparta was not part of Rome at this point in time.
Right.
Specifically.
Right.
So, okay.
Okay, so this is the Roman Sparta propaganda hour.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what chapter 12 is. Okay, Jonathan sends letters to Rome and to Sparta claiming a shared ancestry, which is fucking hilarious, because no. And these alliances are all symbolic. They're not actually military ones.
Got it.
Which, when you're reading it, it sounds like they are. Like, don't forget, we are your dear friends that if we go to war, you go to war. We say war, you say war. War.
No, but
You
instead,
almost left me hanging.
yeah, I did. I almost left you hanging. But instead, no, it's more about collecting gold shields from people and hanging them up on the wall and saying, "Hey, we're friends with those fuckers over there."
Yeah.
Okay.
So Rome is only mentioned. Okay, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't get this at the time.
Yeah.
Rome is only mentioned because Rome has an international legitimacy. Everybody knows Rome.
Okay.
So it's like they're saying, look, Rome even respects us. That makes us something.
Rome where you wanna.
Anywhere you want to. All
I knew that would
across the world.
I knew that would work.
Yeah. Okay. So basically it's like they're the pick me. Like if
all the cool
Rome,
kids are friends with Rome.
No, it's not the cool kids that are friends with Rome. Rome is the cool kid. And everybody is like, I'm so cool because Rome liked me. Rome looked at me.
Got it.
That's the
You
pick
just
me.
need the acknowledgement.
Yes.
You just need them to say,
Yes.
hey, yeah, we see you over there.
It's like when you go to Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
And you have your whole family there, and there's your drunk uncle who's a MAGA supporter, right? And then he's like, oh my God, Trump looked at me one time and
Right.
he saw me.
Yeah.
And that's like his whole story
Yeah.
is, look what happened to me.
Sure.
That one time.
Yeah.
It was, and now I'm best friends. And you're like, whoa, uncle, you're drunk.
Yeah.
That escalated. You went somewhere that no man was meant to go. He is not your friend. I doubt he even saw you. Your story sounds weird and wrong and untrue.
Right.
Okay. But you could just be like, what Rome said, that
Yeah.
they like me.
Sure.
So I'm good.
Right.
So Rome does absolutely nothing in the fucking story except be mentioned.
Okay.
Okay.
That's really weird.
Yeah. It's like saying
it's like a brag. It's just a brag.
It's not even a humble brag. It's just we met Rome. We saw Rome.
Right.
When we were at the same party.
Yeah. Okay.
Meanwhile, like, no, bitch, you were the fucking caterer. You didn't even go to the party. Rome was the party. You weren't even at the kitchen. You drove the van to deliver the food to the caterers at the party.
Right.
You don't get to say you knew Rome.
Sure.
But they're like, but I did. I said it. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right.
Because I know Rome too.
Yeah.
It's basically like saying we have a treaty with the United States, even if the United States never shows up.
And can't even pronounce your name.
Right. Yeah, this is not Cheers. Okay? This is not where everybody knows your name.
Right.
Except if you're Rome.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's chapter 12.
Okay.
In which Rome is
Gets
not.
mentioned.
Yeah.
They get mentioned.
Rome is invited to the chat and is like, no thanks.
Well, I mean, they responded.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, chapter 13.
They acknowledged. How's that?
No, letters were sent to them.
Yeah.
They didn't send any fucking letters back.
Oh, I thought they did.
I don't think so.
Sparta definitely did.
Sparta did, but I don't think Rome did.
Okay.
If they did, it was like...
pretty sure they did.
If they did, it was like a generic, like... It was a...
Yeah.
Fill-in-the-blank copy, like
no,
a
it was
template.
definitely check the box. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we even discussed it, I think. Like, they did write back, and we were like, yeah, that was kind of like a whatever. So...
Yeah. All right, moving on to chapter 13.
Yeah.
Jonathan dies. Womp womp.
Yeah.
Simon takes over.
Simon says.
Simple Simon to the pieman.
Yeah.
Okay. Jonathan gets betrayed and is captured and then executed. And then Simon, his brother, becomes the leader.
But he didn't get executed when we thought he got executed, because we thought he got executed in chapter 12, I think.
Yeah, because he actually got caught like right at the end of 12.
Yeah, but then they brought him back and they're like, oh, no, he's still alive. And then they're like,
they
got his sons.
Now he's dead.
They got his sons in trade. And they got,
and gold. Yeah, that's right.
And then they killed him.
Yeah. But what is really important about this chapter that we kind of missed, I think, like we were so caught up in the, wait, Jonathan's alive? Oh, now he's dead. What? Oh, poor Simon. Okay, we got so caught up in that.
Yeah.
This is what we missed. This moment, this is the transition from a revolutionary moment to a stable regime.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This is where basically wartime ends. Okay. Like Jonathan dies and that's the defining moment.
Okay.
That like you can point to in history and be like, that triggered everything that came next.
Well, Simon seemed more like a political
He was a
player.
politician.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a negotiator.
Right.
Okay. So chapter 14 is what we would call the quote unquote years of peace.
Sure.
Okay. And that's in quotes for a reason, which we will discuss. And which I mentioned at the time, there's an awful lot of GTFO.
Yeah, we did talk about that at the time because they were like, it was Simon was expanding their territory. Mm-hmm. And we're like, wait, that usually means they're killing people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So this line apparently calling it the years of peace and calling this time of peace.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, wait, what? So we're good to question that. Okay. We were on the right track don't forget, we are neither scholars nor academics.
Right, right.
So
just
having
sometimes
read
things sound a little fishy to us,
yeah.
That's all.
Us normal dum-dums just sitting in our basement reading through this book and we're like, that doesn't sound correct.
Yeah.
And good on us, because it wasn't.
It was not correct.
It was not correct.
Yeah. Okay.
What peace...
Simon didn't say.
Simon did not say.
Right, yeah.
No. What peace means here, again, peace in quotes, is there's no Seleucid garrison in Jerusalem.
Okay.
So the Greeks are like hands off.
Yeah.
Okay. There's no pagan overlord taxing the temple.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And Jewish law has been restored.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what peace means. Peace for Jerusalem. Peace for the Jews.
Peace means their major enemies were out.
Peace means that
alone.
the Jews were okay. Fuck everybody else.
Sure.
That's what peace means
Right.
in this context. They're like, we're good. I don't know why you guys are upset. We're just killing you or whatever.
Right, right.
We're fine.
The lawless, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Those are the ones that were kind of screwed right now.
Peace does not mean any of the following.
Okay. All right.
Peace does not mean that there's no fighting.
Right.
Peace does not mean that there's no expansion.
Okay.
And peace does not mean that there's no forced relocations.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like peace to me.
It's really
not by my definition of the word peace.
The air quotes are very, very large.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So again, things were fine for the Jews, so they called it peace.
Right.
Okay.
As long as you were the Jews that they liked.
Right.
Because there was...
And that, I think, is something we will touch on in our next Q&A.
Yeah.
And that disparity between the two camps is precisely why this book does not get included in Jewish.
Right. Because part of their enemy was other Jewish people.
Right. And the way that is it Hanukkah is the holiday that was created? Yeah. The way it came about was so full of blood and warfare and bloodshed that they were like, no, this is not, we don't want this in our Bible.
Sure.
Thank you, no.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll pass.
Yeah.
You guys can have. You know what? Some of you Christians seem very bloodthirsty. This is more your speed. You can have it. And some of them, by golly, picked it right up and ran with it.
Yeah.
Because many Christians do love themselves some bloodshed.
Right.
As we are seeing today in American politics.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, moving along. Okay. So in this chapter, we're still in 14. Okay. Peace. Okay. Right. Simon captures cities. He removes non-Jewish populations. He fortifies borders. This is not peace.
It's not peace.
Not in any modern sense of the word anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. This is state building and colonization and
nationalization.
Yes.
Yeah.
Another way to look at it is for the Jews, peace means we are finally in charge.
Sure. Yeah.
So for them,
they're ruling the way they want to rule.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
We got this. But it's not cool for everybody.
No. So for the Jews, it very well is fair that they wanted to call it peace.
Yeah, sure. I guess.
They're just like, just be us.
But I just like to keep pointing out because we read this from a very skewed perspective, right?
Yes.
We read this from the Jewish perspective exclusively. And so we have to listen to those little cues as we're reading through to pick up on these extra little things that are happening that they don't quite embellish, like they don't quite go into detail.
You have to read between the lines and you have to pick up the things that aren't said. And then you have to compare it to, hang on, you said peace, but here you're like, and he took over the city and made the people leave. And it's like, that's not...
Well, and I think in general, that's what's wrong with a lot of the way that people read the Bible and just overall, right? Like they read it from they're trusting the source 110%, right? They're trusting the source implicitly as to the fact that it literally cannot have an error, right? And so, unfortunately, a lot of people read this book without thinking there's a single error in the entire thing. That is a way that people read this book.
Yes.
And it's just not true. That is absolutely you cannot say that with any authority and be right.
What's really funny is that when you said they trust the source implicitly.
Yeah.
I thought that you were referring to the source not as the Bible itself, but as to either the pastor, the preacher, the guy.
Well, that could apply too.
Or the daily devotionals, whatever. That is their source of the source. You know what I mean? Interpreting it for them and telling them what it says for them.
Absolutely. But I know you've actually heard people say this. And then when they're like, well, why do you think that's true? And they say, well, because it's in the Bible.
Yes.
Not because they've researched it, not because they've read it for themselves, but it's in the Bible.
Yeah.
And that makes it true.
Yeah. And I love the ones that are like, well, it's in the Bible. I can't remember what page. Hold on. I don't remember where, but I know it's in there.
Right. But I my question for those people is always why does that make this more why do you trust
God's
that source?
Word. It's God's word.
But you can disprove that in a second, right? This book specifically. This is why I point these things out. It's so error riddled. Like there's so many errors throughout this whole text that would not be something that a God would write. You just would not, a God would not, and this doesn't just happen in this book.
But God didn't write it. Man wrote it, and they mangled God's word.
So if they mangled the word, it's possible that it's error ridden.
But God had a guiding hand. It's whichever way. Any mangledness is because it was men, and men are sinners. And anything else is, but it's God's.
What I am hearing is that they want their cake and they want to eat it too.
What you are hearing is you're always wrong.
Right.
Because of cherry picking.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly what's happening. Sorry. Went off on a Bible rant there.
No, that actually just reminded me that we were together with some family over the holidays, and a little 6-year-old told me that she's with Jesus and I'm gonna burn.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very fun for me. Like, wow.
But you had a very philosophical discussion.
I did. I was like, that's okay, but what about people? I asked her, like, I was trying to take her seriously, like, treat her seriously.
Yeah.
And so I said, but what about people who don't believe that? And she was like, what do you mean? And I said, well, there's some people who believe in, like, Muhammad. And she goes, what's a Muhammad? And I go, well, you know how, like, some people believe in, like, Jesus? He's, like, this holy guy or whatever.
Yeah.
And, like, this is how I actually talk to children, by the way. He's like some holy guy or whatever. Well, other people believe in Muhammad as like a holy guy or whatever. And they're, the same-ish or whatever.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, okay, well, I guess they're okay. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then, I let it sit for a minute while she was thinking it through. And then I was like, what about people that don't believe in either of those guys?
Right.
Like, what happens to them?
One you even said, like,
well, no, hold on.
Okay.
And she was like, well, but they have to believe in something. And I said, but I don't believe in either of those guys. Right. And she goes, well, but you're cool though, so you're okay, I guess. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, thanks. So I mean, but it just made me think, like, she's 6 years old and she's being indoctrinated, and she heard somebody say a bad word and then thought that they were gonna, burn in hell forever. Right. And I had to be like, hang on now. Yeah. Let's talk about this.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, it was an interesting conversation, but I questioned how it will be in a few years, and then a few years after that. And
luckily we're in a family that allows us to have those conversations though. And there's a whole other story behind why that's happening and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're not going to get into that tonight.
And then there's the 4-year-old that kept punching me in the titties.
Right. So there's that.
Yeah. So I'm going to burn in hell and I get punched in the tits. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. Chapter 15.
Okay.
Yeah. This is when Antiochus VII goes up against Simon.
Okay.
The pieman.
Okay.
Simple Simon to the pieman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Antiochus VII wants Judea back under control.
Right.
And Simon says, nah, dog.
Right.
Like, I don't think so. It's going to be a no for me. And then Rome is mentioned again.
Yes.
Just to basically say as a reminder, just so you know, we are like internationally recognized. Like,
they did send letters, like Rome actually sent letters to people saying, hey, we're kind of with those guys over there, so you might, consider like we're kind of friends with them.
But as far as like actual Roman involvement, zero.
No, it's just the letters. That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were like, not to brag, but Rome does know us.
Right.
And we're kind of cool with Rome.
Right.
Like we do kneel on the ground before them and let them put our foot on our back. We do serve as a footstool for Rome.
Sure.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying. And yeah, this chapter like ended kind of abruptly because it's a setup for the future conflict that's coming. Okay, this was not a resolution.
Sure.
Okay, like we arbitrarily stopped on a multiple of 5.
Right.
Okay, not at like the end of a storyline.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Okay.
And just want to say this is the only ancient Jewish text that reads like nationalist propaganda.
It really does, doesn't it?
And Yes, that tracks.
And this, I have to say that this is the only book that we've read of the Bible where I've liked the Q&As better than the actual episodes.
Yeah.
So, like, for once, I really am very appreciative of our Q&As.
Well,
like, not that I don't appreciate the other ones, but like this one needs it. This one absolutely needs it.
Here's the thing, though. We went into this knowing that this book, First Maccabees, is one of the more historically accurate.
Sure.
If the spin is not necessarily right, and the feelings behind it, and like the pride and all that, whatever, leave
Definitely
that at the
skewed.
door. But as far as like specific events and locations, knowing that it's somewhat historically accurate makes the Q&As more interesting because I'm not just like telling you, oh, this is what it meant. Oh, this is what
it's like a history lesson.
Yeah. What I'm doing is saying, hey, so when they were talking about this guy, this is what actually happened.
Because it's recorded in history. By
historians.
Which is really cool.
Other people, that live on the globe.
Yeah. And sadly, that's one of those things that Christians would point to and say, well, that right there proves that the Bible is real because it matches up with history. And it's like, okay, you're missing the whole fucking... like, there's
exactly
a point,
backwards.
There's a point and you're like, no, like, you didn't even come close to it. So
you're so far from the point that, like, you're not even in the same goddamn dimension.
Right, yeah.
Like, quantum physics just literally... had a heart attack, spun in its grave, and popped out of existence.
You're like on Antiochus Point Blank.
Oh my God. So that is where we are at.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was our Q&A for First Maccabees chapters 11 through 15.
Mm-hmm.
And
sure as fuck was.
And next time we will be back with
First Maccadoodles, chapter 16.
All right. We'll see you then.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.